really think a lot of entrepreneurs are Capricorns. I have no evidence to base that on. This is me just spouting off about things I don't know.
It must
like, are you ready, Miss Lee?
Hi, Miss Liz.
Don't give me that Miss thing.
Well, you said Miss Lee.
I know, I did.
Let's try again.
That was a mistake, Miss Lee. Okay, let's
Coming out strong in the new year.
Hell yeah, it's
Hi, Liz.
2025. Let's go live. Let's do it. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Of course, it's been already the new year
Yeah,
for
the
what?
new
A
year
couple
has-
of years. Couple
years.
years. How long is
January
January
is now but
anyway?
2
How many
years.
years is January?
A couple.
Couple. But yeah, so how's it going?
It's
pretty
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back in action with all the newbies coming to the studio as they do.
And
in
the oldies
January.
and some of the oldies that said, "Hey, I'm
OGs.
coming back."
What do we call them? OGs instead of old bees.
Oldies. Okay, correct. That's a good
That
point.
sounds bad.
Yeah, it does.
So we are back after not a hiatus on the podcast. We released kind of our top 3 of the year. Had one come out last week, and here we are back at it,
Yep.
ready to roll, and excited for all the things that are coming up. We had a nice holiday and
And it's almost my birthday. This is the real
is the best
holiday
part.
coming up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like days away.
Days.
January 20th.
Days. You just put that in your notes. January 20th. No.
As if no one will know.
Yeah.
As if that is a hidden secret.
Yeah, I know. I do.
How do you feel about your age?
I feel really good about my age. What do you mean? How? I mean, I'm alive. I'm above ground. I have fingers and toes, and I'm alive. I'm happy.
There you go.
How much happier could I be? It's great to be alive.
That's good news for me.
But by the way, it's great to be older too.
Yeah.
You know it is.
Well, so I want to know more about that.
Well, what's the?
Do you feel, how old are you going to be?
I'm gonna
What
be
is your
71.
age? And how do you feel? Do you
I
feel
feel-
71?
I feel like 71, who's in good shape, who feels good, who's in a great relationship, who understands and loves life. Don't always understand it, but I do love it. And I'm willing to cooperate with it and accept what comes my way and have fun with it. And life is a, I hate to say those words, but it is a blessing. I'm grateful.
I thought you were going to say a roller coaster. A blessing is much better than a roller
No,
coaster.
it's everybody. I'm sorry, but the whole I'm blessed stuff, I'm over it. So, but I am.
Well, you don't have to be
I
over
am blessed.
You can be over the hashtag.
Over the hashtag blessed, right?
Right. We lose the poignancy
Right.
of some terms
Right,
when they
right.
become hashtags.
Right. They are overused. But the truth of getting older is if you are fortunate enough to have a good, healthy body, and if you're fortunate enough to have gone through all sorts of situations and not let them take you down, but bring you to a point of understanding more about life and having fun with it, then I'd say I've done okay. Because it's not like I hadn't had any trauma.
No.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
It's great.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
life. So 71, let's go. Here, the sirens are coming after me right now.
So it's birthday season. Do you relate more as a Capricorn or Aquarius since you're on the cusp?
Oh, so good. So good. Well, I had my, I had my chart done several years
Right.
ago by a guy that passed away. He was so good. He was just I called him Merlin. Anyway, I am mostly Capricorn with my moon rising. You know, my sun is in Capricorn. My moon, which is more emotional, is actually rising in Leo. And then I have a whole big dollop of Aquarian, which Aquarian is that creativity. But
Yes.
Capricorns just get shit done. We just get it done and we move forward no matter what's going on.
Right. But your get shit done pattern is like any way you want to. It still airs on the creative side of things.
Oh, yeah.
You're not a linear
But
individual.
no, I'm not linear, except I am. I mean, you can be
I know.
both and. Everything is both and. Don't you
makes
think?
sense. Agreed.
I am. We need to get this done because the next steps that happen have to make sure these things are done. So that's why I really think a lot of entrepreneurs are Capricorns. I have no evidence to base that on. This is me just spouting off about things I don't know.
It must be.
Like astrology. I really don't know that much, but the sign is pretty much you put your head down and you just keep going, and that's how I've always felt. But the Aquarian in me is like, hey, let's just have fun, and the Leo is me, and hey, look at me, you know. Leo.
that- yeah.
If y'all know a Leo,
Makes a
you
bunch of
know that's the
sense.
truth. Yeah, my daughter's a Leo. You
Yeah.
can tell.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, there's your astrology for the
Yeah,
year.
yeah, I know. It's off, and we're off to a good start. So I've got a birthday coming up. We'll talk about yours later. Yours doesn't come till May 19th. Put that on your calendars too. But we are excited to be in the studio.
Yeah.
Because boy, the energy in this place right now is bumping. It really is. We've got, like you said, the newbies coming in. We've got the OGs coming back. Gosh,
everybody in
it's
between.
It's just wonderful. And we've got something I want you, because anytime we get anything, I always like for you to read it. Because Clary and I both refer to you as our masterpiece theater reader. You could have a job on the radio reading shit.
Well, we do have a podcast, so that's
okay.
a step
Okay, step
in
one.
the right direction.
So-
no, I mean, it's like, when there used to be,
Yeah.
what are those called? Answering machines?
Yes.
No one likes their own voice. I mean, it's a wonder that I'm on the mic for the studio, for teaching classes. It's a
Right.
wonder that I'm on the mic for our podcast. But I do whip out a masterpiece theater reader
She's
voice. I
amazing.
started doing that when every holiday you would get, Clary's really would get the cards. that
Clary
have
is the instigator on
long
that.
Written messages about what the families had, gone through and experienced over the years.
I miss that. People have quit doing that, but I get a kick out of
Probably
it.
should,
Yeah.
because we really were reading them, making fun of them. It was like, wow,
Don't say that.
Well, they're
Nobody will
always a
ever
little
send us another one.
braggadocious.
Well. People
But anyway,
like
they're
to
fun
say.
to read.
But the point being is, what I want our audience to do is, if you like Lee's reading voice, which you're about to
Oh, God,
hear,
what is this?
I want you to give us a ping or something on our YouTube channel where where you're watching us right now, hopefully, and I want you to say, yes, Lee's got a great voice, or no, she doesn't.
Why don't you just say yes? And if it's no, then don't listen. I mean, I don't need that feedback. But if you'd like to
I
make that a
do.
game, that's great. Why don't you respond and let Liz know what you think about her voice?
But honestly and seriously, this is our passion. Besides life, besides each other, besides relationship, is this studio.
Absolutely.
And so to start this new year out, we got a letter literally 2 or 3 days ago from a brand new client. And it's probably one of the most beautiful things I've read, because to me, what you're going to read are the words that I just never imagined that I needed to hear. Why in the world would I create a workout and then all these people do this workout if not for what she's going to say, which
Right.
is, and we've got be powerful behind us. We're always trying to encourage people to really walk their own line, walk their own life, to be themselves, whatever that looks like. But she put it into words, so you get to read it.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. Let me have some water.
Yeah, get your masterpiece theory.
Because I would say that coming back after the holiday,
Yeah.
I mean, teaching, I do feel a little raspy, but let's just imagine that's called sexy.
It
so
is.
what we're going to read is what we call our testimonials. And let me just piggyback on what you said before reading her message verbatim. And this was, allowed to be read because she approved it to be written for our newsletters that go out on Sunday from the studio. I think the whole point of a testimonial is that we're really big advocates, obviously, of the workout. And you can hear from us all day long why it works for us. And especially, I think, looking at you, Liz, be like, well, of course, it works for her. She's tall and it's the genetics. And she's been doing this all her life. And there's a level of fear, I think, that people have, and a level of intimidation that people have. And they just go, I can't, that's not for me. And so just another reminder that you have created this workout literally for everybody as far as the logistics of how the workout is. Another reminder, yes.
Because when you said we are advocates for the workout, I am, and I know you are too, and our trainers are too, advocates for every individual that walks in the door. Yes, it's a workout, but here is the community of support where we're here regardless of whether you can do the workout, whatever's going on. I think that's the part that really hits me on what you're about to read.
Yeah, that is the most important part, that it is so much more than, yes, a physical workout. So let me just cut the chase.
Cut to the chase.
Here we go. From Karen. I joined Hilliard Studio Method in November 2024. I've always lived an active lifestyle, incorporating sports and exercise, mostly through cardio. I've been increasingly interested in Pilates and strength training and have been aware of HSM for a few years. I think I always knew deep down that it was my best option to really get in shape, but I put off trying it out for one reason or another. Sounds familiar, right? When I turned 45 this summer, I really started thinking about goals and intentions to live my best life. The things I kept coming back to were strength, balance, peace, and confidence, both physically and mentally. I listened to the Be Powerful podcast. We didn't write that, she did.
Yeah.
Thank you. And after listening to The Truth About Pilates Bodies, our episode that came out November 14th, I asked myself what I was waiting for. I took my first class on November 21st and did a personal training session with Lee shortly thereafter to learn how to safely execute the moves that gave me the biggest challenge. After these 2 sessions, I knew I had found my place. I've been here for 6 weeks, and I can see and feel my body changing and growing stronger by the week. Hilliard Studio Method's 60-minute class is the most comprehensive workout I've ever done in my life. While no 2 workouts are the same, there is a rhythm to the structure that allows for goal setting in each area of your body. When to increase weights while doing arms, technique when doing bar, and core is, of course, worked throughout. I came in with chronic neck and shoulder pain and a temperamental back. When I mentioned this to the instructors, I was given one tiny tip regarding overhead presses and one tiny tip regarding glute positioning, and boom, no pain. The instructors are so knowledgeable and kind and take the time to help you get your positioning right. As grueling as it is, this workout is very safe and controlled and focused on form. The biggest unexpected bonus of Hilliard Studio Method is that I find it just as good for my mind as I do my body. You can look at the people in these classes and pretty quickly assess the impact it will have on your body. That's what got me in the door. What you can't see until you try it is how meditative it can be. The positivity flowing through that studio is something I've been searching for. The simple fact that you are disconnected from the outside world for an hour while every inch of your mental and physical energy is spent lowering your lunge 1 inch or pulsing your arms just a bit higher has brought me a mindfulness I was not expecting and for which I am so grateful. I leave each class feeling every muscle in my body and also breathing more deeply, more peacefully. I can't say enough positive things about the environment at Hilliard. I look forward to every class I can take. That is verbatim.
That is verbatim. And thank you, Karen. And
thank you.
Yeah, that is the point. And I love the fact that she said, what got me in the door was I could tell by looking at these people that they were working out and it was working. But what kept her here was the incredible instruction and the she had a safety net.
Right.
Where she came in with injury. She came in with a temperamental back where we worked with her on, it takes sometimes very little to make one small adjustment.
Right.
That can really turn your body around and then turn your mind around. And that was reminding me of that article I read yesterday about what our bodies do can change literally our mind. It's not the opposite. It's not, I've got to get my head into it so that my body can do it. But when you put your body into something, it literally influences your brain. If I never hear another word, I'm good. I mean, I'm good. That's the reason I developed this, and that's the reason we have such an incredible team of instructors. Every single instructor at Hilliard Studio Method is caring. I mean, they have to go through the training with you. You're our director of training, but there's also sort of a piece of the puzzle that they're not going to be hired here or they're not going to stay.
That's right.
If they're not invested in you. You're not going to see our instructors staring at themselves and looking at their hair and makeup and all that and looking at themselves in the mirror when they're working out. They're looking at you and they care about you. And that's all I cared about. I just wanted somebody to, I remember going to exercise classes and going, I need to be noticed that I'm here.
Absolutely.
And, in life we need that. So I'll have the one place we can do that.
Yeah, but it's interesting too. I do think a lot of people start or walk in or whatever day it is and don't want to be paid attention to.
Yeah.
Especially when they're new. And that's a normal feeling that I completely understand. Most new people who look a little timid, put me in the corner. I don't want to be seen. And I get it. And that's just a habit. Sometimes I think we've been taught that maybe we're not good enough, or we don't think we can do it, or we shouldn't be seen or heard. And
or maybe we just really don't want to be, we want to be left alone. And I respect that.
Sure.
I respect that. Now, there are a lot of mirrors in this room, as you can see, but you can find a spot in the corner. And if you're noticing somebody doesn't want to be messed with, we don't mess with you.
Well, right. But we've looked at everybody in the room over and over. It doesn't mean you can just float away. It means I'm not going to bring attention to you if you've asked or, mentioned that you are afraid, but just know that that's a normal feeling and it goes away.
Right.
It goes away because you realize too that everybody's just worried about themselves, and that's a life
that's just
line in all of our personalities, regardless of this studio or any workout space. So fine, come in afraid, come in wanting to hide, but I think slowly, you'll begin to take those layers off and realize that it's not about people looking at you. It's about you feeling and seeing yourself differently, because we already see you differently.
Exactly.
And probably much better than you think you are.
Exactly. And every year at this point, we always want to, I think there's the turn of the season, the turn of the year, where we want to be our better version of ourselves. And this is a place you can do that. I get a feeling this year we've gone through so much. We've gone through years of, pandemic stuff. We've gone through a lot of just, disconnect and discomfort and discordance in our society. And anytime you can find a place where there's a nurturing,
right?
And then there's also, aren't we kind of tired of being tired? Aren't we tired of not feeling good? And you asked me a minute ago, how do I feel 71? I'm sure a lot of people that are 71 or even 51 or even 25 feel tired, and they're just like, oh, I just don't feel good. We're going to take that out. We're going to bring you to the part where you remember. It's not about creating something brand new in you. It's about you remembering how strong and how healthy you naturally are here to be.
Right.
It's a reminder, and it's simple, actually. So if you're one of those people like, group workout's not for me, I developed this method because I didn't like group workout. You couldn't force me into a group. I was a personal trainer. I didn't want more than 2 people in my room at one time.
Right.
I realized when I did do this with about 2 or 3 people that there was an energy and a symbiotic feeling of support. And I went, wait. That's a totally different thing. Yeah. When you get 2 or 3 or more people in a room, you have a community. If you work it right, you support one another. And there is no competition in this room. There is zero, and never has been, 0. And so I love that. And I think that's what really makes helps the people that are just, it's just like, I got to call out Jennifer Richardson. I'm calling her out. Jennifer, you're back from California. She said to me, my car got me here, and somehow my legs got me up the steps. I wasn't really in charge. I love that she said, my car got me here. My legs got me up the steps, and I'm here, and I just finished, and that felt great.
Pretty sure she's been here every day since.
She's been here every day since. And we just love her. She's been gone for 6 years. She lived in another state, and she's back. And that was such a good way to put it,
I know. It's very true. What did the word that Karen used, that it is grueling? Yeah. Okay, so she used as grueling as it is.
Grueling can be grueling. It was grueling this morning.
It's fairly accurate, and I just want to kind of go off on that for a second. So number one, she said comprehensive workout, which I don't know that we've used that term. We generally throw out, total body, but comprehensive is such a better word because total body focuses on the body, and comprehensive focuses on that mind and that mentality feeling as well as the physical. So I love that she said that. And to the grueling part, I think that's what everybody understands. It's like nothing with great reward comes super easily.
No.
That there is an effort, but that it is at a level for every single body different in the room to be achievable. So that's how the results happen.
Right. That is the grueling. Yeah, it's going to be grueling whether you're my age and older or you're any age. So like you just said, the other side of grueling is that lift, that health, that better attitude. I mean, anytime you have to sit down and like do something that's hard at your desk, or come up with a concept, or write an article like I'm supposed to be doing right now, and which I'm not getting around to, and procrastinating, it's kind of grueling. And then you do it, or you get your head in it, and then you kind of come on the other side of it, and you go, wow, that felt good. And look at my product. Right. That's just life. So we're here to enhance your life.
Well,
honestly.
And I always say about that, for instance, if you're at a plank or whatever we're doing that seems challenging or grueling, whatever the word is, I hope this is the hardest thing you do today.
Right.
Like, it's just another way to practice doing something that doesn't feel super easy. And once you get past that, 1 second more, one push-up more, one pulse more, one curl more, you're a little bit stronger mentally, physically, energetically. And the big thing about the energy that we've been talking about, I need it just as much as the clients might feel that they need it. This isn't a one-way path of us just providing, a great workout and a great feeling. I had a year in review with one of our trainers today, and she said, when I come in, sometimes whatever's going on in my life, I might feel like, ugh, dropping kids off at carpool or another issue in life, that you come in a little bit like, woo, but always at the end, you feel better.
Right.
Because people have shown up with the same number
Yes.
of whatever issues they have. And when everybody just leaves that at the door and comes together, even just the physical process of moving atoms and energy in space makes you feel better. And that is really true, that I am so grateful for the people who come in the door.
Me too.
And we don't always know their challenges. I know we make it a point to really understand what people are going through in their lives. But even when I don't know, I know that life's not easy.
No.
And that it's been tiring. And so I'm just really grateful and want to say thank you for the people who come in and ask how I'm doing and put a smile on their face and just show up and do the work.
I love that. And that's all there is to it. I mean, that is amazing. And to kind of circle back to whatever other thing you said about the grueling and all that, I want all of us, whether you come to Hilliard Studio Method this season of our lives where we're maybe making a turn and we're going, I'm going to choose health. I'm going to choose a better attitude. Maybe I just need a place for me for just that hour. Then I want you to choose the thing that challenges you to that point of, oh my gosh, I'm not sure I can do this. I call it your edge. I always say work to your edge. That's what I mean when I say that. So when you are going to a workout and it's not challenging you to that edge, I want you to know you're not going to get as much benefit. And I'm not just talking about how great your body's going to look. I'm mostly talking about right here. There is that magic. I like to call it magic because there's not great words you can find, but there is a magic to pushing physically as hard as you can. Yeah, I understand, because I know women, not my age, but younger than me, in their 50s, 60s, are terrified to work really hard. And they've been terrified by people like doctors who say, well, you shouldn't lift your arms above your head. Maybe you should try it anyway with somebody that's going to help you show, without a weight in your hand.
Right.
Or try something, as long as you're not hurting your body, as long as you're making a movement that your body doesn't just completely say, do not do that. You always listen to your body first. But I think a lot of us are timid and we're afraid. And I get that. And we're thinking, oh, I could injure myself. Of course you could. You're pushing your body hard. But if you're in a place where you've got people that understand the movement, the natural movements, and what your body can do, and they're seeing what you're doing, you're so less apt to be injured. I don't know if we have any injuries in here. When you're working your body, you're inevitably going to do something, twerk it, tweak it, something. Sure. But you're going to never get that benefit that you get from movement, which is essential to life. It's simply essential to life. Movement is not just about, I want to feel good, look good. It is about, if you stop moving, you're going to die sooner. That's research. That's a fact.
Right.
So when you go to your workout, I want it to be as good as we are here, because I want you to get that benefit that switches your brain that says, holy cow, now I remember who I am. I get it. I can do so much more as a human being than I ever knew I could do. And I know for a fact that this workout and a hard workout that is a smart workout like this is going to not only create you mentally, physically better, but you are going to be able to accomplish things in your life, in your job, in your family, in your relationships that you never thought were possible. And that's why we're sitting here together too.
Right. I mean, you even said recently you've got to, not pull back on the balance moves, for instance.
Right.
Like every year or whatever, we can start to feel things shift and change. And so you're being aware and listening to your body and recognizing the things that you need to continue to do for safety.
Right.
Not strength.
And that is a good point. I did turn 70 last year. 70 is a big deal.
Yeah.
But there is a component to the age you've got on your body that I notice even with all the workouts I do constantly and the work I do in this room and always thinking of things we can do differently. My body, I've noticed the balance is starting to change a bit. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work my balance twice as much. And that's what I do in this class.
Right.
I go, oh, that's a change. I'm having a harder time doing certain things. What am I going to do? I'm not going to pull away from it. I'm going to do it smarter and I'm going to do it more. And I'm going to do it in different ways. Like I'm going to brush my teeth with my left hand so that, I'm not overdoing with one side. So,
and I think that's really important with age. I mean, the repetition
really
that you've had is A, experience, but B, it's repetition. And so I'm always going to encourage people to honor their body. At 45, I'm doing the same thing, finding, whoa, things are hitting differently, feeling differently, and you've got to take the breaks when you need to and also push. What was I going to say?
I don't know, but there's every age
so much to
because
talk about.
there is so much. I mean, I tell you the truth. If there's one thing you can talk about and change in your life ever, it is moving your body because your body decides what your mind thinks. It's not the other way around. You get up in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh my God. No, well, stop that. Just stop it, okay? Look in the mirror, see yourself. I mean, really look in your eyes. Buck naked and smile at yourself. And guess what happens? Your attitude immediately lightens. It's fun. Be fun. That's what I want you to do in the new year. Be happy to look at your own self in the mirror.
Right.
Stop the whole, oh, wow, I really need to lose that 15 pounds or whatever that crap is that keeps rolling over and over on that tape in your head. I mean, we all have that. And the minute month starts, I just look in my mirror and I laugh because I'm like, wow, what?
That's strong.
Or that crazy. But I don't care. Call me crazy, right? Happiness, joy of life. I mean, come on. Are we here to drudge on through? And we're not doing these push-ups because we want to drudge on through and we want to have a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, we're having fun.
Have a blast.
Yeah.
That's what everybody thinks when we count out 20 push-ups coming up.
Isn't this a blast?
Isn't this a blast?
But anyway, those are points.
I mean, I think that really hits it all. It's that mental, physical, it's that fear coming in, realizing you can do it. It's that community, it's safety. Oh, that's what I will say is that she did mention, she said, I have an X issue to one trainer and we fixed, the overhead press. I have a Z issue and we tweaked how to do a glute move. And that's really, really important. Some of our clients who have been coming for years will stop after class or I'll adjust them during class and say, whoa, that little thing makes a huge difference. And so I want you to know how important it is to stop before or after class anytime you feel anything and say, talk to me about this. And if I can't adjust it right then, I will make time to do it. If you want more than a few minutes,
we'll personal train
you.
you.
Do 30-minute or 60-minute sessions. It can be a full workout because you'd want to be by yourself. But if it's just a full workout, I say just go to class. But if you want some assistance in how to do things in your best form because of the issues that your body is having, that's exactly what Karen and I did. And it made a huge difference. It makes the value and the efficiency of her workout improve tenfold, and it just takes a few minutes. So please, 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 always ask. Little things make a big difference.
That's a good point.
Because we slow it down.
That's a
Like
good
I'll
point.
stop and say, let me see you do it without the flow of class. So
Right.
just wanted to throw that point in.
Right. Those are good points.
Yeah.
And going forward here in the studio at Hilliard Studio Method, we are going to, now and then I'm going to
What are you
throw
about
out
to
some.
tell?
I taught a free class a couple of weeks ago. These are the people I'm looking for. The people that have heard of you, or afraid to come up here. This, that, and the other. You're too intimidating, whatever those reasons are. I honor those reasons.
Yeah.
I would feel the same way. I see people that walk out of my studio and go, whoa, I'm not sure if I'm ready to be that. But so I honor all of that. So we're starting to throw out a few. Check us on Instagram, Hilliard Studio Method and all that. If you can, get on our newsletter, because we are going to start doing, or I'm personally going to start doing some free classes at least once a month, maybe more.
So what you're kind
more.
of addressing too is our essentials class.
Yeah.
So what you'll see on the schedule is method or essentials, and essentials means starter, beginner, fundamental. And right now, mostly during the year, we run it Tuesday, Thursday. We are adding at this new time of the year with new people coming in every Saturday at 11. And so if you're in January or February when you're listening to this, I want you to look for those classes or look for essentials classes.
And if you're if you're in another city, we haven't done that on Zoom, but we'll think about that. I mean, that's a possibility of a Zoom class. We do our streaming. It's fine. We've got a camera over here. You can't see it on camera here, but there's a camera on the wall that we do our streaming platform
Multiple
from.
cameras.
And that is just a group class. And coming out in about a week or so, we're going to give you some real essential moves to do and how to do the workout on our streaming platform. That's a great way if you're living in another state or you just can't get here. It's $30 a month. I can't think of a better deal than that.
No, that's our streaming.
It's our streaming
platform, and I think that's a great place to start. I've also done a Zoom personal training,
which we have a screen over there.
No, stop talking about the TVs. I don't want to see them. I'm getting panicked. Right, but I don't want to confuse people. Our streaming platform is a monthly subscription service, and that you can just dive deep into lots of levels, times, equipment, et cetera. And I've done a personal training with a Zoom, with a streaming client via Zoom.
But that's not confusing.
I know. Anyway, I'll stop talking. Go to the
We'll
website.
fix
You'll figure it out.
No,
Call
it really
us if
is.
you need anything.
There is there's all kinds of ways. So
Yeah.
we know that we've got a lot of people that listen to this podcast, that stream us from all over the United States, some from other countries. We are happy to personal train you on Zoom. That means not on that big camera where you see the crowd, but in a smaller camera where we're literally talking to you. So, just get in touch with us. We're pretty darn easy to get in touch with.
If we read our emails.
If we read our emails. One of us reads our emails. One of us does other things.
You can guess who's who.
Anyway.
All right. Well, thank you to Karen. Thank you for all of our clients. We've received lots of testimonials over the years, and that's not people blowing our skirts up. It's people just sharing the effect that this community has had on them. And so it has on me as well.
And finding your own power right here in this room. Just saying. It's right behind me. So anyway, let's look forward to seeing you guys one way or the other, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's on the big camera, whether it's right here in this room. But more than anything, we really appreciate you all showing up for us for this podcast. We really have fun doing this, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Another camera. YouTube.
Let's keep this camera going and keep this 2025 on a positive note, and let's get through it together, and we will do it.
Sounds good. Love you.
Love you. Bye. Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.